This shop usually doesn't look like this. There is usually 2 of us in here, but today it's just me, and that is intentional. This isn't a knife making video. I've never built one before, and I'm gonna mess things up, and that's fine, because this isn't about getting it perfect. It's about why I'm building it in the first place, about what building something for someone actually means. And if you've got someone in your life you've been meaning to say something to, maybe stick around. Tanner turns 19 today, and this really isn't about a knife. It's about how I know how to say things, and at the end of this, he's going to open it. But what he's really opening is more than just steel and wood. It's more than just a knife. We've built a lot together. Tables, cabinets, heck, my house. We've laughed, argued, redone things twice, sometimes more. Most of our conversations don't happen sitting across from each other. They happen over the sound of shop machines running. And that's what KinCraft really is. Not just cameras, not just projects. It's 2 brothers building things side by side and figuring it out somewhere in between all the cuts. But the real fun, that's the bond that we've built in the work we've done together. But you see, this didn't just start in the shop. It started in a hospital room 19 years ago. I was there in the delivery room the day he was born. And I'll be honest, I don't remember every detail. I was young. I was 10, but I remember the feeling. I remember knowing that my life had just changed, that this wasn't just another kid in the family. This was my brother. Before he could even talk, or better yet, walk, I wanted him to look up to me. I wanted to be the kind of brother that he's proud of. I think every older sibling probably feels that in some way. I wanted us to be close. I wanted to be best friends. I didn't know what that meant yet. I just knew I didn't want to mess it up. And it's because of that I've spent years trying to be an example. Trying to show him what hard work looks like. Trying to be steady. Trying to be the one that had it all figured out. And for a while, maybe I did. But somewhere along the way, something shifted. He grew up. He found his own work ethic, his own standards, his own way of caring about people. And I started noticing things about him that had nothing to do with me. He doesn't hesitate to help someone. He doesn't calculate what he'll get back. He shows up, whether it's convenient or not, and he does it quietly. There were moments I thought I was teaching him something, and now I look back and I realize he was teaching me. And I think that's something a lot of us don't see coming. And I'm not meaning that towards Tanner. I'm meaning that in general just for an older sibling looking at their younger siblings. You spend years trying to be an example, and then one day you realize the person you were trying to lead has become someone you respect just as much. We don't talk about that kind of stuff much. I mean, most brothers don't. Heck, most families don't. It's easier to just keep moving, keep building, and assuming that people know what you mean. But sometimes they deserve to hear it. Maybe I should have done this sooner. Maybe we should build more things for each other and not just with each other. Maybe that's something we all forget to do. Look, what I'm getting at is we assume people know, we assume there's time, or that we'll say it eventually. But eventually has a way of getting busy. So whether it's building something with your hands or just picking up the phone, don't wait. Because again, this really isn't about a knife. It's about saying what matters while you still got the chance. There was a moment on the first day where I almost blew it. He called and said he was pulling in, and I had about 30 seconds to hide everything, so I was running around the shop like an idiot, grabbing pieces, shoving things under the benches, pretending that I was working on something completely different, and it hit me how unnatural that felt. Because we've built everything in here together, every mistake, every redo, and every late night, and you just don't realize how much someone becomes a part of your rhythm until you try to work without them. And that scramble wasn't stressful because of the knife. It was stressful because I've never really done anything in the shop alone, not to mention the deeper meaning behind it that was almost spoiled. And I think that says more than a project ever has or ever could. Before this shop, before the projects, or before the cameras, it was just 2 kids, 2 brothers figuring things out. And somewhere along the way, building things turned into building a life that we actually get to share. And now share with you guys. Not everyone gets to work next to family, and not everyone gets to grow up alongside the same person and still be this close. That's not normal. So that is something that you protect. Not with these big speeches or grand gestures, but by showing up over and over and over again. And the goal in making this is that the knife will actually get used. It'll get scratched, and I'm sure over time become dull. But ultimately, that's what it's meant for. It is a tool. And the same goes for a relationship like this. They're not about staying perfect. They're about being used or being tested, but ultimately being there when you need them. Most of the important things between people don't get said out loud. They get shown over time through work and through presence. And if you take care of something long enough, if you keep showing up, it doesn't stay the same. It only sharpens. So, why a knife? It's normal to buy gifts. I've bought him things before. Front boots, tools, WWE tickets. I've handed him cash and said, "Get what you want, bud." I mean, I could have just said happy birthday and left it at that. He's my brother. And honestly, that would have been normal. That's what we've always done. But that's kind of the point here. This isn't just a knife. We've been doing this whole woodworking thing together for the past 4 years, and in that time, we've never done handmade gifts for each other. And so when thinking about what I could do, a knife just felt right. It's simple. He enjoys hunting and fishing, so it's practical. It's something you can carry with you, not just flashy, but useful. And ultimately, over the years, we have built a lot of things together. Big things, generally speaking, heavy things. Things that, once done, generally stay in place. So ultimately, this had to be different. It was something I wanted him to be able to carry with him, and it means something. And so, by this point, trying to keep this from him hasn't been easy. I've genuinely almost slipped up more than once, almost said something out loud, or almost even left a scrap piece on the bench. This build was done in late nights and early mornings because ultimately we're still building furniture together during the days. So that meant every tool I got out, every piece of scrap, anything that would even hint at this knife being there, had to be cleaned up, concealed, and put back where it was before the day even started. I keep catching myself wanting to turn around and ask him what he thinks, or just telling him to grab something. Ask him if I'm shaping this right, or get his take on just anything pertaining to it. And he's not here. I didn't realize how much of this shop is just the two of us talking in between cuts. And I'm not meaning like the deep conversations. Most of the time, it's just stupid jokes or arguing about measurements. But it's literally constant. And when it's quiet, you notice that. Everything about this has been harder than what I thought it would be. And the funny part is, I think he's suspicious. He knows that I've talked about making a knife before. He just doesn't know who it's for. And as of right now, he still thinks it's for my brother-in-law's wedding. At least that's the story I made up when he almost busted me. Because it sounded a whole lot better than, "Hey, why are you sweaty?" "Oh, because I just got done watching Cops." Then, the true side of this is, the initial blank that I bought was just a sheet good piece of steel, not a knife blank at all. So I told him about it and told him I had to send it back. I mean, the only difference is I told him about it this past Friday instead of when it actually happened. But I mean, as far as he knows, there's not even a blade in this shop yet. He hasn't seen anything, not that I know anyway, but he usually notices everything in here. So I'm just trying to stay a step ahead on literally everything. He's 19 now, and that's strange to even say or think about. It doesn't feel like that long ago. We were just kids messing around. No plans, no shop, no worry in the world. Just brothers filling time. And now we've got a business, a shop, projects that people actually trust us with, responsibilities. Somewhere in between all of that, we grew up, and I don't remember there being a big moment where it all changed. No clear line where we went from kids to adults. It just happened slowly, 1 year at a time, one job at a time, and one lesson at a time. Most of it didn't feel important while it was happening. It was just normal days. But looking back, those normal days were the foundation for everything we're building now. The early mistakes, the late nights, frustrations, and even the wins. The first big project that actually scared us, or the first one that made us feel like maybe we actually knew what we were doing. And looking back, you realize we didn't build all of this overnight. We built it together, and I guess that's what makes this part feel different. Because for the first time, I'm finishing something in here without him standing next to me. And that feels strange, but maybe that's part of growing too. Not growing apart, just growing up. And I guess that's why this mattered to me. We don't really stop and mark those moments. We don't pause and say, hey, we made it here. We just move on to the next thing, the next job, idea, or build. But a birthday feels like something worth stopping for, worth building for. So this is me stopping for just a second, before the next project, before the next deadline, just to say it. I wanted to get it done before one of the kids ruined the surprise room.
You made this. The steel in it all. Damascus.
Forged it myself. No. But I did make this.
The wood.
That's what Bacote looks like, or Bacot. You can have the rest of the Bacote.
How long is it?
Well, if you made it this far, it means I pulled it off. All the hiding, all the scrambling, it worked. And if I'm going to keep building stuff in secret, we might as well make this worth it. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Because if you made it this far, it wasn't for watching me build a knife. It's because you appreciate two brothers having fun working. Oh, and as for you, Tanner, I just wanted to say, I'm proud of you. I'm thankful for you. I love you, buddy. Happy birthday.